Hello and welcome to another fun tutorial for Wow. My name is Aditi and I will be creating a little mixed media butterfly today. I had this MDF butterfly in my stash and I thought it would be a really great idea to alter this particular piece. I have covered the butterfly with white gesso and that has primed my surface and it has made it ready for further layers. So I am wanting to use the new release Wow Trio set, the Silk Road, which comes with these amazing powders, the Chinese lantern, pomegranate and silk brocade. I simply love the way these three colors work in fusion with each other, and I thought this is going to be a perfect set to create this altered butterfly going with the theme of the current season. So because I chose those three colors, I am going to work with that color palette, and my first thing that I want to do is just add some color onto the base and then add layers with embossing powders and stencils and other elements. So I have picked out the new Lindy's magical sifters here with the same color composition in mind, and I will begin with adding the light colors. I want to add the yellow and the orange, that's yellow tang yellow, and the clownfish coral first, and then I'll take it forward from there. I simply am going to sprinkle the powder directly from the jar, and I want little, not too much, and I will mist it with water. I will dry this using my Wow dual heat tool on the first heat setting. With that base color down in place, I am next going to add some texture with a stencil from Asia, and I am going to add modeling paste and then add embossing powder on top of that. I am going to use the silk brocade and Chinese lantern on this modeling paste. And that's a look at that beautiful texture from the embossing powder. Now I just want to use a little stamp for the background with black ink. And what that does is it's going to add a little contrast on the butterfly. Ideally, I actually wanted to do this before adding the modeling paste with the stencil, but in my excitement to use the embossing powders, I forgot that. But that's okay. I am just going to add this over now, and it still gives me that extra texture and just that little pop. For my composition, I decided I would want to use some elements, and here I have these resin cast molded elements which I have primed with white gesso as well, and I will be layering these onto my butterfly. So for now, I'm going to place the butterfly on the side and color these elements. I want to add a little base layer of color first and then color them using embossing powders. Now here for my base coat, I'm going to stick to the same Lindy sifters I used for the background, but this time I have mixed them onto my palette and I will use them with a paintbrush, almost like a watercolor. So with that done, that's a look at that base color there, a little shading, a little depth. And in the same way, I am just going to color all of these elements. Now with all the elements colored, I am going to add embossing powder. And for that, what I'm going to do is use this Wow Mixed Media embossing brush, apply the embossing ink on my elements, sprinkle embossing powder little by little depending on which color I want where, and heat emboss them. And for the embossing, of course, I'm using my Wow dual heat tool on the second heat setting. And with that, you can see it gives us that shine, that touch of wow that these elements need. That's a look at the elements with all that gorgeous embossing powder. It adds just another level of texture, dimension, making them look so realistic. And now all I'm going to do is glue them down with heavy body gel and create a nice composition. complete this piece, I am going to add some final touches, and that is going to be a few micro beads and flower pearls. And the final touches to complete it off with some white and gold splatter. And that's it. That's a look at my butterfly queen. Here are the closer details, and you can see that embossing powder texture on the elements adds such a tiny detail, but that element of wow. And I really love the outcome of this butterfly queen. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial today, and I'll see you soon again. Until then, take care and bye-bye.